What up, big dog? How you living, gangster? Big up, kicked up. Let's do a quick react.
Events are so unbelievable, no one with sense would ever believe it actually happened. But the events in today's video have been captured on film. Here are 15 events you wouldn't believe if not filmed. Number 15. Low-flying plane. In January of 2019, residents of Nashville, Tennessee were stunned to see a military plane flying extremely close to the ground, so much so that it seemed to skim across the tops of buildings and passing by office windows. It kept...
Man, look. Man, look, bro. Hold on. I gotta go back. Let's go back.
Number 15. Low-flying plane. In January of 2019, residents of Nashville, Tennessee were stunned to see a military plane flying extremely close to the ground, so much so that it seemed to skim across the tops of buildings and passing by office windows. It kept circling for half an hour, and during that time, startled witnesses made hundreds of calls to local authorities in a panic about what was happening. Later, it transpired that this was all part of a training exercise in preparation for a flyover to celebrate the inauguration of the new governor. But with no prior warning.
I don't think that's a thing to me. Like, a low-flying plane is, like, normal. See, back in 2004 in Haiti, if you don't know, you could make your own research. So back in 2004, we had a president that was doing his own thing at times. So I believe the US military had to come and help us, and at a certain point, low-flying plane and Apache helicopter, they were flying pretty much every single time. When them shits flying that close to you, it'll shake your whole fucking house.
On a seemingly reckless flight path, people were not amused. Still, it's incredible to see the precise control from the pilot. It shows how maneuverable these jets are. Unfortunately, in the end, the actual celebration flight was canceled because of poor weather conditions, so the rehearsal and the fear it caused were all in vain. Number 14. Sinkhole opening in a road. The surface of the ground may look stable from above, but things can be very different underneath. In some regions, water is slowly eroding the underlying rock layers, and once enough is gone that it can't support what's above it, the ground will collapse in on itself and a sinkhole is formed. Luckily, this usually happens in remote areas, but sometimes it can occur without any warning in the middle of a built-up area. This clip from Russia shows how extreme these events can be, as you wouldn't normally think twice about the danger of a sinkhole when you're driving on a tarmac road.
This is why I tell people all the time, live your fucking life. Because when it's your time to go, it's your time to go, bruh. Can you imagine being that truck driver? I don't know if he made it or not, but can you imagine being that truck driver, bro? Like, you wake up early in the morning, you happy as hell, geeking, you about to go to work. Next thing you know, everything just go blank. Damn, this shit's fucking scary, bro. And what makes it even scarier is that it can happen anywhere, big dog.
Suddenly, though, the ground opens up beneath the concrete mixer and almost swallows it whole. Authorities said this was the result of a small sinkhole. If it had been any bigger, the consequences could have been more catastrophic. Number 13. Lightning versus a tree. You've heard the saying, lightning never strikes twice, but in most cases, all it needs to do is strike once to cause untold damage. This video was recorded at Bryson Lake Lodge in Quebec, Canada, where guests have been advised to stay inside because of an approaching storm. They set up a camera to record it passing over, but no one could have predicted what was about to happen next. Suddenly, a bolt of lightning strikes the pine tree in the courtyard. Shards of wood and debris are sent flying, and the tree's canopy collapses on top of one of the buildings and damages the roof. Luckily, no one was hurt, but it could have been very different had they not been hiding in the safety of their rooms. Number 12.
That shit lit up the whole fucking tree. God damn, bro. Mother Nature is nothing to fuck with. Shit.
Surfing with a shark. There's a reason why surfing is such a...
I know he did not say what I think he just said. He did not say that. No. Mm-mm. No. No. He didn't say that.
Number 12. Surfing with a shark. There's a reason why surfing is such a popular sport around the world. There's nothing quite like feeling the wind blow through your hair as you carve a giant wave as it begins to break. But sometimes it can become far more extreme than any surfer would want it to. During the 2015 World Surf League Championships, pro surfer Mick Fanning was in the water of Jeffreys Bay in South Africa when he felt something tugging at his board. It soon became clear that he was being attacked by a shark, and his survival instincts kicked in. You can see the shark's fin and tail thrashing about in the water as he fought it off, and when he got an opportunity, he started swimming back towards the race officials who were speeding to his rescue. Amazingly, just 2 years later, he was competing at the same event, and exactly the same thing happened to him again. And after this second experience,
That shark trying to get your ass, bro.
he finally decided it was time to retire. Number
Duh, nigga, duh.
11. Makeup during an earthquake.
On your lip.
Makeup tutorials have become one of the most popular types of online content. And while you may think you've seen all you can from these videos, there's always a surprise waiting in store. This one by Ali J was recorded on July 5th, 2019. And unbeknownst to her, she was about to be filming live when one of the strongest earthquakes of the year struck. It begins like any other, and just as she's beginning to apply her lipstick, the room starts to violently shake. Somewhat predictably, her application doesn't go exactly to plan during...
Why are you sitting in here still? Get out, bruh.
the event, and you can see the terror on her face as it dawns on her what's happening. Luckily, the tremor is over in a few seconds and she's perfectly safe. But the chances of this happening are so remote, you'd never believe it if the camera hadn't been rolling. Number 10. Loaf.
These motherfuckers got no survival instinct, bro. Well, truth be told, where the fuck was she gonna go? Everything is shaking. I'm tripping. Never mind. My bad.
Flying fighter jet. Ryan Melville is a pilot for the Australian Air Force who's used to pushing jets to their limits. He often performs acrobatic displays for spectators, and in 2017 he was brought in to put on a thrilling show in front of the supporting crowds of the Gold Coast 600. It's an annual car race that follows a route around a temporary street circuit in Queensland, Australia. But instead of navigating the course by car, he did it in a Hawk 127. The cockpit video shows as the jet weaves and turns along the coast and close to the buildings in what must have been an exhilarating ride for the two crew members on board. It's insane to see them flying so low and close to a built-up area, and it's incredibly rare to see someone attempting to do this anywhere in the world. Number 9. Burj Khalifa Base Jump.
That's kind of cool, though. That's kind of cool as fuck. To do that, bro. Yeah. Imagine if he's single. You get done doing that. Man. Leaving the spot. Excuse me. Are you that pilot that was just doing this over here? Oh my god. Man, come on, bruh. You know what I'm talking about. Shazam.
Dubai's Burj Khalifa is the world's tallest building, reaching 2,717 feet above the ground. But not content with holding this record, the owners regularly put on spectacular events to ensure everyone continues watching what they're doing. In 2014, this was taken to a new level of extreme when, in association with the local skydiving association, they arranged for two base jumpers to leap from the top. It's unbelievable to see them flying towards the ground in their wingsuits, with the stunt.
This is one thing I will never do. Like, put it like this. The only way I will ever go skydive is if I have 100,000 subscribers and this video hit 1 million views, which ain't never gonna happen. So we ain't never gonna skydive, nigga. Done. Oh, the 100,000. Okay, let's. 100,000 subscribers by September. By the end of September, 100,000 subscribers and 1 million views. on this video.
Backdrop of the desert city behind them, and they circled the enormous building with red smoke trailing in their wake. Unsurprisingly, in the process, they set a world record for the highest base jump to ever be successfully completed, as well as being in contention for being either the bravest or the most insane people on Earth, depending on how you see it. Asked about the event afterward, one of the jumpers said that people often think of base jumpers as being crazy, but in truth, all they ever want to do is fly. Before we move...
That's fire too though, but that shit's dangerous. Like, I'm not...
Move on, B.
I'm for real. 100,000 subscribers, I'll do it. And a million views.